In today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a transmission service on my 1997 Saab 900 Turbo. Let's get started. Alrighty, so this right here is going to be the dipstick for the automatic transmission. I'm going to go ahead, pull it out, and we'll get a read of the level, and I'll go into a little bit of why I am changing the transmission fluid. Alrighty, so as you can kind of see right here, try and get the camera to focus a little better. Come on. There we go. So you can see our transmission is overfilled. The fluid is a little bit dirty, and yeah, our level should be in between the min and max mark, but we are very overfilled right now. And like I said, the transmission fluid is a little bit dirty, kind of smells a little funky as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, drain the old fluid out, and get some new fluid put back in. I wanted to also mention that for this service, it's just going to be a simple drain and fill. I'm not going to be doing a flush or replacing any filters or anything like that. Just going to be draining out the old fluid and filling up with some new fluid. Another reason why I am changing the transmission fluid on my particular 900 is that I am getting a little bit of harsh shifting, especially when we go from first to second. Kind of kicks you back in your seat a little bit. I will say once the operating temperature is reached, it shifts a little better, but I'm hoping by changing the fluid that we'll get some better shifting performance. Alrighty, I am now under the car. And what we are looking at is going to be the transmission for the Saab. And this guy right here is going to be that drain bolt that I'm going to go ahead and get unscrewed to drain out that old fluid. And it will be a 24 millimeter sized socket is what you'll need. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get that unscrewed, and get the old fluid drained out. Y'all like my camping lights? I ain't got a flashlight, but these will do. Although they're not as bright as I remember them being. I also recommend you do this job while the engine is cold, and obviously while the transmission is cold as well, or else you may have a bad time. I almost forgot to get this guy open. Just gotta unscrew the center portion of my drain pan. Perfect. Get that going as well. Almost was clean. Got a nice hand wash. Sure glad this fluid is cold and not boiling hot, or else I would probably be screaming a lot more. Hey, we got it done. Oh! No! What's happening, brother? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Put that back on for right now. Oh, my drain pan is not draining! Oh, no, Billy! Oh, man. Oh, what the hell's happening? Why is it not draining? Oh. I wish I wore gloves for that one, but we'll survive. Oh my god, my hand has never been this moisturized. What is going on here? It is not draining. Hi, Future Colby here. The drain pan's vent ended up being either clogged or had a blockage or something. So yeah, the fluid decided that wasn't gonna drain. So that's why I kind of didn't panic there, but a little stressed out. So I ended up just kind of getting a knife and poking it at the drain to kind of clear it up a little bit. Not the drain, but the vent. And ended up solving the problem there. Try this again. I'm going to be covered in a lot more fluid, but that's the fun part. Okay. I got the knife out too so I can vent my drain pan a little better still. Alright. Come on. There we go. Alrighty, this is going to slowly drain for the next few minutes, so I'll go ahead, let that drain out, and I'll get back to you guys. Looks like we're getting close to all that fluid getting out. This right here is going to be the transmission fluid I will be using for this job. It is from O'Reilly's, just their regular premium ATF, and you can see right there, for use where Dextron 3 fluid is specified, and that's exactly what the owner's manual calls for this particular Saab. So this is the fluid I will be putting in. This right here is going to be the drain plug that pulled out from the bottom of the transmission. You can see it looks like there is a crush washer on it. Now, I do not have any replacement ones, so I'm just going to reuse this one. I'll check back to see, if I have any leaks in the next couple weeks or so. But, yeah, I mean, obviously the correct way would be to replace that washer, but I'm kind of doing skipping a step there. Something I also noticed, too, which I'm a little concerned about, there's some sludge. It's like looks like a magnetic drain bolt. And there's some sludge. I already wiped off some beforehand, but yeah, some sludge on the end of that. Not sure what's going on there, but hopefully changing this fluid will help prolong the life of the transmission. Alrighty, now that most of the transmission fluid has drained out, I'm going to go ahead and get the drain bolt screwed back in, and we'll get started on topping off the fluid. Now, there probably is a proper torque spec on this, but I'm just going to do the good old-fashioned good and tight method. One more for good luck. Perfect. That's not going anywhere. Moving back above to the engine bay, This little tube right here houses the transmission dipstick. I went ahead and took out the dipstick, put it to the side. This is actually where we will be filling up our transmission. You will also want a tall and skinny funnel to slip in there as well. Perfect, like a glove. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 3.5 quarts of our ATF back into the transmission. Once again, we're doing 3.5 quarts. Alrighty. I'm just going to get a rough fluid estimate. Obviously, you know, with the car jacked up in the front, it's not going to read perfectly correct and accurate on the dipstick, but I at least want to verify we got some fluid on the reading. We are reading a little over full, even though I put actually a little less than 3.5 quarts. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the car started up, cycle the transmission from park, drive, reverse, and that should, you know, get the fluid moving. I'm gonna take it off the ramps to get our final level and reading. I'm gonna come under here just to make sure and verify we don't have any leaks. And that looks good and dry to me. Alrighty, perfect. Now with the car down from the ramps, I'm gonna go ahead and let it warm up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead, do another reading of the transmission fluid level. I'm gonna go ahead and take it around the block to get the transmission warmed up, and we'll go from there. Alright, as you can see right here, I have a little focus. We are a little bit low. I'm going to go ahead and add up some more. Alrighty, now that we got the fluid reading at the correct level on the dipstick, got that put back in its home, and we're going to go ahead and take it on a test drive. Here you can see I'm cycling through the gears. We got drive, put it in reverse, go back to park, down back to neutral, and then drive. Really in no particular order, just trying to get that transmission fluid moved around. Alrighty, now go ahead, we'll hit the road. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's actually quite chilly. The car says 68. Well, so that's pretty cold for us Floridians.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right. Now, before we were having a hard shift from first to second. Let's see if that still is the case. Ooh, that was a lot smoother, actually. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the cluster right there. We'll be having another shift. There we go. Looks like that was third. Go ahead. Bring it around. Got a little straightaway. I want to feel that first to second shift again. Looks like our operating temperature has come up nicely. Oh, much better, much better, much better. With our transmission shifting smoother, let's go ahead and head back to the garage. That, my friends, is a success. Now the fun part, to clean up my mess, but yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and yeah, let me know if you guys also have Saabs, or you know, what my next video should be. I'm thinking it might be the valve cover gasket. Looks like that might be next up on my list. We are pretty oily.